Hello, YouTube viewers. I'd like to talk to you today about the alternative. The alternative is the alternative of marijuana, cocaine, which is bath salts, heroin, which comes in a form pill. You can get it anywhere. And, I just can't even believe that they put this stuff out on the market when they knew for a fact in the future that it was going to be illegalized. I just don't see why they do such a thing. They're even putting innocent people in jail for it, which they knew. Seduction, it's supply and demand. If they knew what's going to be out in the market, it's like, well, hey, I can get this, it's legal, and the next, it's illegalized, so therefore you're going to go to jail. So could you imagine tomorrow if cigarettes were to get illegalized, which, that's not going to happen because so much revenue in the tobacco industry. But could you imagine the catastrophic events, more catastrophic than 9/11, gang wars, deaths, cigarettes were to get legalized, But I'm just saying, everything's equivalent, everything's equivalent. This is the war we're living in, We cause it. We cause it. Okay? I'd like to show you this video here. Right here.
The Drug Enforcement Agency has just started a new battle. This time they're taking on K2. It's the synthetic substitute to the active ingredients in marijuana, and up until this point, it allowed users to get that same high feeling without using illegal substances. Up until now, K2 could be found in gas stations, liquor stores, similar places across the country. But the DEA has now imposed an emergency ban on the substance until they have a better understanding of how it affects people. Now, their emergency ban will last for about a year, and until they fully understand the effects of synthetic marijuana, they're going to declare K2 as a Schedule 1 drug. Now, scheduling is the government's method of classifying the severity of drugs. And just to give you an idea of how it works, we created the chart to show you how other drugs are treated. Currently, marijuana, K2, ecstasy, MDMA, heroin, and LSD are all classified as Schedule 1.
Bullshit.
Meaning they have a high potential for abuse. Schedule 2 includes cocaine, methamphetamines, opium, and Ritalin. Yep, the Ritalin that's prescribed to little kids out there with ADD. Meanwhile, Schedule 3 and 4 host drugs like anabolic steroids, ketamine, Valium, and Xanax. But keep in mind that the DEA uses this schedule to determine the severity of punishments for those caught possessing these illegal substances. So we should note that each criminal charge depends on several factors, including how many times the guilty party's been caught with drugs in the past. But generally, somebody caught with a Schedule 1 or 2 drug can face up to 20 years behind bars. Schedule 3 and below drugs receive anywhere between 1 and 3 years.
My father got less than that and he killed somebody.
And the DEA's classification system does have an impact on how all of those controlled substances are treated in court. But here's what drives me crazy about it, is that the chemicals in K2 were originally developed for research purposes. It offered people the opportunity to feel the effects of marijuana without breaking the law. And now the DEA wants to ban it because they're scared of the unknown. They just want to classify it as another dangerous controlled substance and allow people to go to jail for decades if they're caught with that, without having information on the new drug to even know what the effects are. Because making rash power grabs to control the new substance is really going to solve all of our problems. I think that anybody with a brain out there knows that the concept of prohibiting a substance isn't going to keep people from using it. And what's worse is this substance went from being legal, available everywhere, to being illegal and considered an abusive drug overnight without any research. So hopefully the DEA will come to their senses, realize that K2 could not be deserving of a severe drug classification. At least not until we know more about it. So we're going to have more on this story on Monday for you with the reasons Jacob Sellum.
This is what I mean, America. We are all pitiful.